Okay, so we're live. Welcome back to the Magic Minds podcast. I'm Matt Burke, and this is my dog Dottie. She's going to be my sidekick for wherever, as long as I can keep her alive. She's actually 10 years old now, so it's actually deadly to have a co-presenter. This is the third live intro for the videos. It's getting easier, absolutely getting easier. I was fucking shitting before I decided to do this. The first couple were really difficult. This is a little bit easier. It's getting easier. I'm very self-conscious. I was looking back at some of the videos now and I was looking, oh Jesus Christ, I'm doing all sorts of things. But look, it is what it is. Hopefully it'll get better and it's easier viewing for you. I've got lots of feedback actually about the dog sitting on the couch. People have asked me about her. She's 10 years old. I have her since 2010. So I've had her 9 years, but she's 10-year-old. Bulldogs don't actually live that long, but she's doing all right. She's a great dog. I bought her in England in 2010 off my friend Sue McIntyre, Mac Bullies in England. Her grandfather won Crufts, Sealaville Rebel is his name. So she's the highest celebrity I've had on the show so far. So you got to match that if you want to come onto the show. That's the kind of standard we're setting here. Okay, so myself and the lads, Kev, the technical legend, have been chatting about whether we'll do intros or not. And do you know what? I'd actually like to keep doing them. It gives me the opportunity to reflect back on the podcasts and give you a little insight to what I learned, whether about the person or the experience or the environment. That's really important for me, and I just want to give that back, because in the interview, I'm really only giving them an opportunity to talk. But I also have a thoughts and feelings, and I want to share with you, because that's important. And the people that I interview are people who I genuinely like, whether it be their profession or them as a person. And so it will always be positive, because I'm not going to interview some shy pipe, because I don't want any kind of negativity on the show anyway, or anything conflicting. So it'll always be from a positive slant. And I just want to give that kind of feedback back. And I like doing that reflective piece. So I think we're going to keep doing it. As I say, me and Kev, the technical legend, were talking about that. And he was like, maybe just jump straight into the interviews. But I don't know, I'm going to keep doing this. It's interesting. I was telling somebody the other day how we got started, like how our team came about. And I was telling a girl in the job, Aaron is related to me, my brother's wife, Joanne. So I asked him to come on the podcast when I was maybe 6-7 months into it, and he came on board to do the social media. Kevin, he does the technical stuff, the editing of the show and all. His was a little bit different. When you've been walking to school, let's say a girl or a boy, for me a girl, and you've been walking to school for years, and you ask them out and they say no, and you ask them again, they say no, but then you just keep walking with them, and then they're just your girlfriend, you've just decided. That's kind of like what happened with me and Kev. I kept asking him to come on the podcast, and he kept saying, oh, busy, and building me gaff and all that, and I just kept rocking up to his gaff and asked him to do things on the podcast, help me fix this, help me fix that. Then I just put his name to one of the podcasts, and then just said, look, you're on the podcast, and we're going out together, we're kind of married, so it was kind of an arranged marriage. So just laughing about that, I just kept badgering him, and he come on the podcast, but he's been brilliant, the same as Aaron. I'm lucky to have such a deadly team. They really, really helped me to keep me grounded, to stop me going bonkers. I'm sure I drive them fucking bananas, but the lads are there to put a bit of sanity in me and hold me back when I'm going bonkers. But they're deadly, and they're really good lads to have on the team. So that's Kevin Doyle and Aaron Keogh. Thanks, you lads are brilliant. Okay, so last week's show was Liam Dale. Brilliant. I've got some feedback about that. I work with Liam, shared some brilliant insights. I just loved it. And there's a lot of commonality across all the podcasts. The kind of stuff that people are doing, whether it's the mindfulness, the positive thinking. There's loads, and they're kind of all kind of linking into each other, and that's kind of the stuff that I'm very passionate about. And it was brilliant to have Liam on. I thought it was a cracking interview. Today's interview is with Craig the Iron O'Brien, a boxer that I met up in Warriors Gym when I was interviewing Pascal. That's why again, brilliant gym, brilliant experience. And Craig said he'd come on the show, and I've been following Craig's career. Just check that this is all right. I've been following Craig's career from a distance over the years. Probably not as much as Spikes and John O'Carroll and that, but I've been keeping an eye on. I love boxing, so it was brilliant to get an opportunity to go down to Craig's house and do the interview. Pure inner city, you know, I'm from inner city. His door was open. The mum, the sister were there. They invited me into the gaff. Beautiful atmosphere. And then we done the interview. Just talked about his life and his boxing career and just the path that he's been on. You know, been in boxing, having a troubled past, anything, and back to boxing, and just his passion for boxing, his passion for life, his training just oozes out of him. And it's no matter what you do in life, the love of it has to be there, and you can smell that up. You can feel this in the interview, and that's there, you know. And I don't know what money he's making, and as I always say, boxing's one of my favourite sports, and I don't think they're paid enough for the risk versus reward. But do you know what? I think him and other lads I've spoke to, they do it for fucking nothing, you know, and that comes out in the podcast, and that's brilliant. And if kids can take that from the interview themselves, you know, as you're growing up, if you do the thing that you love, it's not a job, it's just the thing that you love to do, and it makes it easier to go to work. And then we're not all blessed with that, you know. I didn't find I love what I do now, but I wasn't always blessed with that when I was growing up. I didn't know what the fuck I wanted to do, but I'm lucky now I have a job that I love. And that came across in the interview. Craig's been doing boxing all his life and he loves it. So yeah, look, have a listen to the interview. As always, let us know what you think. Send us your feedback. Hopefully you're enjoying the video interviews. The first one was Skype, and then it was Liam, and now this. And hopefully going forward we'll keep rocking out the video interviews. I'm actually enjoying them as much as I'm nervous doing them. I'm nervous now. It was interesting. I got feedback there the other night. Someone was saying to me about the Pascal interview, and you seemed really confident, comfortable in that environment. I do be shitting, just like now. I do be shitting. I do be nervous. I want to do a good job. I want it to be good. I want it to be a good product. I want it to be a success. So I get slightly nervous, but you know what? The bigger picture is that I want to do it. So the nerves will just have to go to the side and fuck off, you know, and just keep doing it. As always, I'll thank Noel Riley from Rooney Graphics, Rooney Media, Carolyn and Harvey from ISA Nutrition, our sponsors, the two lads, Aaron and Kevin. Thanks for your help. So look, have a look at the interview. Let us know what you think. As always, mind your little self and take care. Bye bye. Okay, so we're live. Welcome back to the Magic Minds podcast. I'm Matt Burke. On the show today, I've got Craig O'Brien. Craig, what's the crack?
Not a lot, Matt. How's things?
Welcome to the podcast. Thanks for inviting me to your gaff.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, it's good to be on it. Podcasts are the way forward nowadays, aren't they?
Absolutely. I love podcasts just for education and just fucking knowledge. They're just deadly. They're just like, as Blind Boy says, they're crafted radio stations now.
Yeah, me mate Daniel out of the gym, who we train with, obviously, he put me onto the cash box there a while ago, all about podcasts. He told me about the Blind Boys ones also. And since then I've been on them, but like I have like 10 different podcasts now I check out all the time. They're addictive.
Yeah, it's like
but they're
Netflix.
Very good. Yeah, but great knowledge from them and all. So I'm learning a lot off them. So yeah, it's good to be on this one.
Deadly. Yeah, no, look, I've asked you to come on the show today because you're a pro boxer, but also you have an interest in life, and I just want to get an interest or an insight to that. That club you train in, the Celtic Warrior, savage.
Yeah, Celtic Warriors gym. Yeah, great setup.
Some crack.
Brilliant. The boys now are like a family, you know. When I first went out, it was like starting school again, you know, like a little boy again, you know, going to a new place. But obviously everyone takes to everyone out there. Everyone's welcoming, and yeah, it's brilliant out there. Everyone's like a family. We have buzz. You enjoy going out.
Yeah, no, as I say, I done the interview with Pascal last week, and I went in, I kind of looked around, I counted how many people were there, and everyone, as I said, went out of their way to acknowledge me, said hello, never met me before, and I thought, that's sound.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? You could think going into a club, you might be a bit intimidated, you know, fucking these are all hard lads boxing. But everyone was, how's it No. So you can have your assumptions about boxing clubs. Well, no, maybe others are like that, but that's not sound. Everyone's killed.
No, definitely. Yeah, I spotted you out there as well, yeah, but it tends to be like that with anybody that comes in, you know. You could be skipping there, and Joe Blogs will come in like down now, and you'd be like, alright, buddy. And that's just the way it is. But what I learned in the past few years, obviously I'm in boxing from a young age, but I only fell back into it a few years ago, but 90% of the boxers are like that. No matter where you go, they're so nice and welcoming and talking to you, and you know what I mean? Yeah. I think that's just the way boxers are. I think you see people on before fights and coming across as this person, but behind it all, it's not them at all. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think the discipline, the nice people, and that's the way most boxers are.
I was watching you and Spike having a spar.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah,
Class.
Yeah.
Class. Is that the tempo of spars when you're going through a camp? He has a fight coming up on Saturday. Is that the kind of the way they are? Do you know, you people talk on the media about, I knocked him out in spar and they've done this. That looked like a really good spar, and it was...
Yeah, that was a good spar. To be fair, that was a very good spar. But when outside of all your talk and your yap and you're friendly, but when you get in there, then it's sparring at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And Spike will tell you that. Like, I go into sparring, Spike hit me a jab, I'd be like to myself, you cunt, you know what I mean? Or I hit him a right hand, and he'd be like, right, I'm gonna get you. And before you know it, it just escalates, you know. But
the ego's in there, isn't it?
Yeah, it just happens, you know, and that's the way it is. But I think that day wasn't an all-out war. You know what I mean? It was cautious and
it looked
and
like
getting
the
through
two
it, and we were
working on
thinking
stuff.
through it, and we were working on new things, you know. So it's great to be learning all the time.
He's is he junior middleweight and you're super welterweight?
Yeah, well, that's a good thing that they make it there, because junior welterweight. No, super welterweight.
You're super welterweight and he's junior middleweight, is he?
They're about the same.
Are they?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying to you.
For fuck's sake.
So, yeah,
I was looking at you and I was like, they look similar in size. And
it took me a while to fucking figure that out as well. So if you're in America, you'd be like super welterweight. But if you're in Ireland or Europe, it's mainly like light middleweight.
Right.
So that's, you know what I mean? You can call it both of them. But he was a middleweight for a while, Spike, but he always made it easy.
Right.
So after the last fight, we went to Vegas in September. He boxed Lemieux and he weighed in. They both weighed 160. But on the night of the fight, I think Lemieux was like touching 180.
Yeah, he was a beast.
Yeah, I think Spike wasn't even 164. So he went up like sweet fuck all, you know what I mean? So
yeah,
he knew then, you know what I mean, was to come down and deal with that light middle. Because look at me, like, if me and Spike stand in the ring, I'm probably an inch or two taller than him.
I've seen that.
You know what I mean? Where he's smaller than me, you know. So what happened, Spike, is years ago he got an opportunity at middleweight to fight, and he took it and he won the belt, and he just stayed at middleweight. You know,
he carries a lot of power at that weight as well, doesn't he? He's quite heavy-handed.
Yeah, he does, to be fair,
yeah, I've seen that.
He's just one of them broad jumpers, isn't he? That like he's back on the country, you know. He's just one of them that just hits hard. You know,
so I was hoping he'd knock out Chris Eubanks Jr. that time.
Yeah, I'd say so. 90% of people watching it.
Oh, it was fucking. I
no
wish it was.
That Eubanks fella, do he?
No, I was raging to see him beat his last fight. Names have to slip me mind. James DeGale.
Yeah, that's right.
I think DeGale on his day would have
100%. Yeah,
I
love watching the guy, you know, coming through the amateurs, winning gold. He was the first British to win gold and
a belt and world title. Yeah.
At the end, yeah, it is sad to see, but sometimes your numbers up, isn't it? You see George Groves there 2 weeks ago retiring.
Yeah.
He went out. Now obviously he got beat by Carolyn Smith, but he went out at the highest level. You know what I mean? He went out at the right time. He didn't stay on.
He's quite smart, isn't he?
Yeah, and them boys have made loads of dough, haven't they? So
Fast Eddie really looked after him there, didn't he? Steady Eddie. Come here. Give us an insight to life growing up in the inner city. We're in your gaff, pure inner city gaff. Love it. Open door.
Yeah,
deadly.
man. Yeah, it's just. It's like anywhere, you know. You said you're from Main Street. It's exactly the same there, isn't it? It's just. I was first born indoors on Henrietta Street, which is the back of Bounton Street there in the flats, and we were there till, how old was he? 16, 17 years ago, about 10 or 11.
Is that where the Granby factory was?
That's the back of Dominic Street.
Oh, is it? Yeah.
So the back of Temple Park is Henrietta Street. So we grew up there, and I was about 12 and came up here. Now when you're about 12, you don't really know a lot of places, so coming up here, even though it was like a stone throw away, the doors actually flats in Mount Joy Street, it was all new to me, you know what I mean? And we came up with me and a few of the boys, with Glenn, we used to have, Glenn passed away, and a few of the lads that moved out of the flats now that aren't there, you know, we came up and there was a few of the boys up here, like who it is, you know, like childhood, then we were fighting and arguing and all, you know, but over time then he talked to me and he talked to all of us, and then we all became friends, and then we just grew up in Dodge Edge Street, and yeah, it was great times, you know, great times. It's different than back then, like we used to play, whether it be football or chasing or doing things, you know, where nowadays the kids it's different generations, isn't it? My little fella just sits there playing Nintendo Wii, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or an Xbox or something like that, where years ago when we were that age, we were like, give me that football, we were running here, chasing the corner, man. We were doing everything, you know what I mean?
There's a fella on Facebook and Twitter, I follow Keith Kelly, and he wrote it with Varsity, wrote it throw your jumper down or something that's about, like, remember you playing ball and you throw your two jumpers down, then you'd have a game, or pay 99 pence for a ball in a shop.
That's the way it was.
Who has a ball?
The throwaway balls.
That's
the way my childhood was when I think of it, you know. So we had great times growing up. We were mainly never in the house. You'd be out all the time. There'd be loads. You'd be buzzing, and yeah, it was brilliant. They, looking back on it now, them years go so quick, and they were the best years. You know what I mean? When you sit down and think of it. But
where did the boxing come in?
That's a good one. So when I was about 8, a friend of my dad's opened a gym in Corinthians in the back of Buckingham Street. Now I didn't have a box, man, you know. So again, you're only 8, you're only small. You don't realise there back then. So my dad brought me down and I opened up, and I took to it for a while and went in, and obviously I was 8 at that time. Then I started competing when I was like 10, 11. You get in the boxing card and you start competing, and again I was 12 or 13. I was taking to it, and I was like, I wasn't bad at it, and yeah, it just grew then, you know. So I started when I was 8, and I stayed in amateur boxing, and my dad brought me down when I was about 16, 17. Then I started dodging it. Then I started going missing. Then my dad would be looking for me, and I'd be hiding with the lads in the
gargling. It's the usual, is it? Whether it be football, rugby, all them have the pulls, don't they? Like, they pull her right from the sport. The smoking and the girls.
You know, that's exactly what happened. And you when you think you know everything then, don't you? And I was one of them, you know. And me dad would be like, go to the gym, and I'd be like, yeah, I'll be there. And some nights he'd be like, I can't go Wednesday, and I'd be like, I go. And I'd come back at 9:30 at night, he'd be like, you go? I'd be like, yeah. It'd be shit, you know what I mean? Find out he clattered the head off you know, but
spoofing now,
yeah, you know what I mean. But that's how he brought me down when I was 8, and it was the best thing that happened to me. So, like, now that I fell back into it, it was the best thing that happened to me. And as I said, I met great people in the gym at that age, and we travelled around Europe, schoolboy level with the club, different countries, America, England, Wales, Scotland, you name it, and yeah, great times, man. Brilliant times.
What was it about the boxing that attracted you to it? You know what I mean? What is it about boxing? Like, I mean, could you went and play football or?
It was a great baller. Now, when I say great, so a few of the boys listen.
You're gonna get fucking slated.
Can't be listening that easy. He said
he's muck.
No, but I could play ball as well.
Who'd you play for?
I played for at first it was Alfie's. We had a local team, and we won like literally every cup going.
There used to be a club around here.
St Anthony's it was, but Alfie was the fella who used to run it, and that broke up, and we went to Bowes. We were with Bowes for a few years then, and then after that, then as I said, when I was about 16, 17, it was like, which one do you do? And I had to be the boxing, you know what I mean? But I still play 5 sides now, you know what I mean? I can kick a ball, you know, so I probably should have started the football, but as I said, when you're boxing, when you're 8, you don't really be like, yeah, I'm gonna do that. When your dad just brings you somewhere, you just tend to follow. You know what I mean? You have not an awful lot of knowledge that you're thinking to yourself, well, in 10 years time, if I keep boxing, I'll do this or that. You just go with the flow, don't you? When you're 8, you just go with the flow. So
do you talk about? They're always banging on about mindfulness and living in the moment. You never live any closer to the moment when you're 10, 11, 12, 13. Like, if you can, that's being mindful. Yeah, that's all you give a fuck about is now.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying.
You're bored or whatever. Yeah, it's now.
So when I was going to the gym when I was 8, 9, 10, 11, I was probably getting a blame bag of sweets for going. I was like, right, I go. You know what I mean? And that's the way it goes. And I happened to go three nights a week, and over the course of 3 or 4 years, I started to get good at it. Yeah, I started going places, and as I said, boxing and winning titles and Dublin titles and Leinster titles and stuff like that, and that's when it took off. And then I was at that age, I was 13, 14, 15. Then I started to realise what I was doing, and I was good at it. You know what I mean? Yeah. Something like that, you know. And
who were your inspirations in boxing around then? I know you like Bernard Dunn and that.
Yeah, no, I watched a lot of Bernard Dunn, and then back then when I was small, my dad used to get with a tape deck, and he used to get these cassettes, and he had Ali, and no, it wasn't that it was that long ago, but we happened to have a tape cassette, and he knew a fella that had these tapes, and they were all the old ones, so we watched a lot of Ali, but Ricky Hatton, I used to love Ricky Hatton a lot.
Oh, it was class. I loved his fights.
Fucking brilliant, wasn't he, man?
Yeah, I watched the Pacquiao and the Mayweather one. That was sad.
Class, man, you know what I mean?
Brilliant. The Costa Silva was unbelievable.
Like, even when I fell out of love with boxing, it must have been 16, 17, 18. We used to go to Tremor for a few times, me and the boys. We'd be down there playing blackguard, you know what I mean? But I'd be always still. They wouldn't. I'd be still a boxing fan, you know. And we went to this place with like Ricky Hatton. I actually have it up in the wardrobe. I still have it in there up in the wardrobe. I was like, a Ricky Hatton yoke. I was like, I'm buying that. The boys like, what are you on about? They didn't even know a box much, you know. I was like, no, I'm buying that. I was like, oh, I love him. I got the yoke, brought it back, had it up on the wall like for years and years. You know what I mean? So even when I fell out, I used to always watch a lot of boxing, but Ricky Hatton would have been well up there with one of them. Yeah.
Yeah, I read his book. It's quite good actually.
I read both of them.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
I read one on holidays there. I don't know which one it was. Deadly. I like that.
There's the fourth one, and then there's one, the Vegas Tales, isn't there?
I think that's probably the one I done. Maybe.
That was the second one, yeah.
I know it wasn't. The fourth was about his childhood and all that.
Yeah, that's class.
Deadly. I read on holidays. I'm fucking brilliant. My memory.
Yeah. So the podcast I was telling you about in the cast box. There's one called Boxing Life Stories, and his old coach Billy Graham. He does a podcast and he talks a bit about Ricky Hatton, but it's good insight. It
looks like he's doing good in coaching. I watch some of his stuff on Twitter and that. His jump looks handy.
He actually does, to be fair, doesn't he? I seen him about a year ago. I was like, he's a little bit raw, but he's come on leaps and bounds.
He's very like him, isn't he? His
like
movement.
Fucking looking at him, isn't it?
Yeah, the movement, the way he moves.
The haircut, the movement, everything is just like looking at a young Ricky Hatton. Like, it's crazy. But
he's very good looking.
Yeah, he's doing brilliant. He has that gym now in Manchester, and he's a few boys out there. Chris Blaney, Irish fella from Navan. Chris boxing a few of the shows. Ricky came over, I got to meet him and all. So
Gorman, that heavyweight Gorman looks handy.
That's right, yeah, that's right.
He's got deadly hands, quick, isn't he?
Quick hands. They're trying to line him up with that kid, the PR, aren't they?
DDD, Triple D, yeah. Daniel Dubois.
Yeah, he's only 21, that kid, but I see him fight the weekend. Yeah, I didn't believe he's only 21.
He gave your man a creasing, didn't he?
Yeah, he's loads to grow.
And he went the full distance with what's his name?
Gorman, yeah.
With Parker. Yeah, he went full distance with Gorman, but he also done a title fight with Parker.
You must be knowledgeable on the boxing yourself.
I love it. And it's quite contradictory because I work in brain injury and people are going, you watch boxing? I fucking love it.
You're on the ball and anyway, yeah. Come
here. You talk about you fell out of love at boxing 16, 17. Where did life take you? Where did the trajectory go? Down?
Yeah, man.
Got yourself into a bit of a pickle. Do you mind sharing that with us?
Yeah, no, the story, no. When it came around the first time, people were like, you don't have to tell your story and this and that crowd, but the gig with me is everyone that knows me and supports me and follows me in boxing knew where I was and what I'd done, so I've nothing to hide, you know what I mean? It's not like I'm hiding that from them, because they're friends of mine and they've been there and they've seen me in the bad ways, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And they're the first people to come and support me, you know, so I've nothing to hide. So obviously I went down the wrong path, as in just not listening and being that age and start robbing and
it's a fucking.
You can say the wrong crowd, but not the wrong crowd. I was as bad as any of them. You know what I mean?
Choices.
Yeah,
just exactly. Choice, and then, it's not really the detail that I really was asking. You done a bit of a stint in prison as well, didn't you?
Yeah, I've been in it. Yeah, a couple of times. Yeah, but as I said, as a teenager, 17, 18, I was in pads a couple of times. Again, charge sheets, not listening, fucking going off the rails. I was smoking a bit of blow and robbing and shit like that. And then, I carried on. I was about 20, 21. I ended up in Mountjoy. My last time I was there was like I got 3 years with 2 years suspended. So I done a full. You 12 months, you do 9 months over. And
I read a story that really touched me. Your missus come up with the kid, and the dog sniffed something.
Yeah, which was fucked up because if she smoked hash or whatever, I'd be like, listen, it is what it is, you know what I mean? But she actually didn't, you know what I mean? That's what annoyed me. So obviously when I was in there, Hallie was born. That's my first born.
That must have fucking broke your heart.
Yeah. Well, again, like it was hard, but even back then, my mind wasn't fucking fully functioning. You know what I mean? I was there, but I wasn't fully there. I wouldn't be where I am now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So obviously, it was a killer, not being out for it and shit like that, but. So obviously the first time I seen her, then they came up and they're like, no, there's something wrong, as in the dog fucking smelled something or something, and it has to be a screen visit. And it was like, I always had to be down with the fucking governor and stuff and sorting her out. It'd be like, it's the first time up, can I haul and stand there? And they're like, yeah. And then when I go out, it's like, you're going in there. I was like, what do you mean going there? That screen's like, fuck that, man, you know. So
I
went back in. Like, to be fair, I got the fella in charge, the ACO in charge that day and all, and I was like, listen, this a lot of bollocks. Like, this is lawyers, like shit like that, and he was like, right, and I ended up hauling and all, you know what I mean, in the end.
Sound.
So yeah, he seen the other side. If I wasn't bleeding, hiding that, and I want that, you know. That's the way it was. But yeah, even then I was still a little bit fucking wild and stuff like that. It took me when I came out to settle down a little bit. And again, that's where I fall back on boxing, because I was off the wrong path for fucking a long time, you know what I mean? And Like, you see people nowadays, like, people I've been in there with, and, like, I'm the first to fucking help someone out. Like, I go down O'Connell Street and you'll see a few boys and be like, boys, what's the story? Do you need that? And I'll help them out, you know what I mean? Like, where it was like Christmas Day, for instance, I went out the horse. I don't really drink or that, and I was coming up O'Connell Street. I stopped the kids to get a cup of coffee, and there was a homeless fella there. I gave him €7 or €8, and I went down. I went up O'Connell Street then, and there was another kid at fucking at Penny's. It's a good story to strike at Penny's, yeah. And Rocky Fairham was only at the fight in Canelo for the world title at Madison Square Garden, so I stopped and got out, and I went over to him. I still had my coffee, and I think I gave him a 5 or something that had he had from. It was like a cup of tea. He was like, I was meant to go out with my mask. Poor fucker, you know what I mean? And we got yapping. He actually knew an awful lot about boxing, you know what I mean? He was talking about boxing. I set him like 15 or 20 minutes.
Deadly.
But that's the way it is nowadays, because I've been locked up with some of them youngsters now, and then I walk down O'Connell Street and you see them in a bad way, you know what I mean? They're like Fitzy and they be talking, you're like, what's the story? And I'd have a yap with them and all, you know, and it's just like, it's only when you walk away, but like, fucking, you're lucky, like, you know what I mean? Like,
unbelievable.
I am lucky in a sense. I don't sit back and think of it an awful lot, but I'm not saying I would have been that bad, but I was fucking bad, you know, so.
Yeah, I remember I walked up in Wheatfield. I was teaching up there as a placement, and a guy was living with me on my college, and he was staying with me for a little bit, and he smoked a lot of weed. And I was going up there, and the first day there was a bleeding dog. And I was shitting. I was like, if this bleeding dog fucking sits down, I'm bollocks. And I was like, please don't sit down, please.
Yeah, absolutely.
The little bastard didn't sit down.
Yeah, brilliant.
I was in the Chantry one day, about a month after I finished up there one morning, and a load of fuckers that were in prison knew me from the prison. They were like, you woke up in the prison. They thought I was a guard, and I was like, no, I'm a fucking teacher. But they were selling them.
Yeah, brilliant.
I was up in Wheatfield, some fucking buzz.
That's a little bit down what sort of happened to me. So when I boxed, we had a coach called Nicholas Cruz. He's in the Midlands prison now, teaching yoga and boxing.
Was he up in the high performance?
That's right, yeah. He was with the Irish squad at one stage. Then
I'd done a bit of training up there.
Something fell out with them. He fell out with them, or they wouldn't fund him or something. But he was in our club, and he done me corner at one stage when I was like schoolboy, 15, 16. And we went to pads one morning, and we were going to the gym, and I went in, and he was there. He was doing pads, you know. I said, Nicholas, he's like, oh Craig, how's it going? Got yapping, like, I was like, fucking hell, I didn't see you here. And that's where I got back into the boxing a little bit then as well. You know what I mean? So.
Was that the turning point? What got you back onto the straighter path?
You know, that's a good question. I sit down sometimes and I ask myself, I was like, when did I stop? And I can't fucking remember. I can't remember the day.
There's no pivotal point.
Yeah, I can't remember the day where I sat down and be like, listen, that's it, and it's done. No more messing, you know. But I remember one of the boys was going up here. My friend Joey was going up to do some weights, and they were in the gym. I was like, I'll go with you. And doing weights, boxing was the last thing in my mind. I went up doing a few weights, and there was a boxing back there, and I'm bleeding 11 stone, 12 stone. I'm not a big young fella, you know what I mean? So weights wasn't for me. So I went up, and anyway, and the bag was there, and I started hitting the bag and skipping. So you're going up for 2-3 weeks, and we started doing that, and that was good. I got a bit fitter. But then I heard then Joey went up to the Live and Eye gym, which was in Fisborough, and I was like, yeah, we go up there. So we went up there. Wayne was up there and a few others, and they helped me out. They helped me out loads. That's who got me back in also. But we went up there and we were doing fitness classes, and I swear to God, I'm not fucking you about, mate. I got sick twice on the first night. The first hour class, it wasn't fit at all, and I was smoking blade bars of grass over the past few years. You know what I mean? My lungs was the last thing that was able for shit like that. But I got sick and only a couple of times, but kept going back, and they had a ring up there, and there was sparring sessions and stuff like that. And then that's what they had bags. The boxer size, and that's when I started to come back, and I was up there for like 3 or 4 years, and I met Doyle Bourne then, who was my coach when I first came back, and me and Doyle just clicked, and we started doing pads and just took off then, and then that's when we started going out to Celtic Warriors, travelling for sparring, and we were out there sparring for a while, and it just took off, and that's how I ended back up, and mainly because of the gym in Fisborough. I stayed there for 2 or 3 years, got myself in a brilliant shape. There was actually a white collar show for a charity gig for homeless street football. The Irish squad that go away every now and again.
Yeah. I know.
It's a homeless. They play 5 sides to go away, but
yeah,
there was like fucking your man have first seat and all was in it. Your man Marion Rovenstock and all that does the radio
the DJ. Yeah.
They were all in it, and obviously with me boxing, they were training up the gym. The lads was getting the fit up the gym, and with me being there, I got in and done an exhibition.
Right.
I think it was June 2015, was it? Could have been, or just before that. I was in Ballsbridge, the jury's in Ballsbridge, and I went out there, and that was the first one back in the ring in front of people. Now, it was just an exhibition, it was a draw, and that was my first one back. And then again, I just took off from there, and then we were out sparring in Celtic Warriors. Fast forward a few months, out sparring in Celtic Warriors, and Tony Davitt. Have you heard of Tony?
No.
He's about bleeding 80 now, Tony. Everyone knows Tony.
Is that the grey haired lad?
The outfit,
seen him that day. Yeah,
he's great for boxing. He's great. He helps everyone out. You know what I mean? So he had a show. It was 15 in February in the Red Cow, and I was like, Tony, any chance of getting on it? And he's like, no, Craig, it's full. This, that, and the other. I was like, okay, fuck it then, you know. So I was like, that was full, but someone pulled out like 12 days out, and he's like, do you want to go on that show? I was like, yeah, man. And before we knew it, we were doing medicals and we were trying to get her over the line. And before I knew it, I had my first pro fight in the Red Cow. There was like 150 people there. I was like, it was the hardest fight of my life. Still is the hardest fight of my life.
Was it? Yeah.
It was before. It was like 4-3 minutes, and the little Polish fella, he didn't read the script at all. Like he pushed me right to the limit, you know. So that was the first.
He wasn't a Polish plumber, was he? No.
He probably was, but to me, he was a world fucking champion. That night, you know, he just kept coming, and that's when I took off. Yeah, that was the first one, and then. Just haven't looked back since.
I know you didn't have a dramatic twist and turns right that's the end, but do you look back now and go, fuck, there's no way I'd go back at that, you know, it was difficult times?
Yeah, 1,000,000%, man. 1,000,000%. Like nothing to take me back there.
Same as I look back at my past and I think, oh man, I'd never be able to go back. I just couldn't. It seems like another lifetime away.
Yeah, 100%. Like it's different. I was a different person, different mindset then, you know what I mean? Like now, Anton could knock me down, and I'd never fall back in that category. I'll go back to that script. You know what I mean? And that's just how much I've changed now. Like, and that's what I said to you earlier. Like when I didn't get out for the young ones' birth, for Hallie's first birth, you were like, "Geez, it must have been devastated." Like, yeah, it did, but I still wasn't in that frame of mind. Where I was purely sober, where I am now, you know what I mean? If it happened me now, it'd break me in half, you know what I mean?
Greater impact.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So that's the mindset where I was then. I was still a bit raw and coming around back then, you know, but I'd never fall back in that. No way, man.
Deadly. Give us an insight to some of the success that you've had in boxing.
As an amateur?
Whole lot.
Well, as an amateur, I don't know how many fights I had. I was well over 100 anyway. I won leagues, Leinsters. Don't think I ever got the All-Ireland. I'm not going to say I did. I know hundreds of people say, I won All-Ireland as a skill, but I didn't. I got done in the final by, I think it was young Joyce from Attoy. It was a very good boxer. I don't think he's boxing now as much. There was two brothers, John Joe Joyce, and it was Davey Oliver. I'm not sure. But I got done in the final, so I never done them. And then obviously I fell out of it, and I came back as a pro. And so far as a pro, bar than one loss, I've won the BUI title. And
still not as good as your young ones dancing medals up there. I'm more impressed with them, to be honest with you. They're whopper.
Definitely not, man.
I was like, there's some amount of trophies. Then I realised they're all your young ones.
Anybody
She's
comes
a
in,
superstar.
Anybody comes in, they're like, he's great, there's some trophies. Like, boys, they're not mine.
Yeah, I thought I was sitting there going, that's impressive. And I said, they're all the kids' trophies. Yeah, she's done better than you.
They're not mine, you know.
She's the cash cow for you now going forward.
She's the little dancing queen she is, yeah, but she loves it. And do you know what, man? She puts some hours in. Like every day. Our Uncle Shane, he's brilliant, so he's the dance teacher. So obviously he teaches a class every day, so he'd pick her up like a half.
What's his dance class called? We give him a plug.
It's
in Manor Street.
It's in Manor Street, yeah. What's the name of it, man?
Sure, look,
I don't know. Listen,
come back to it.
Everyone knows him. Anyway,
right, Shane's club.
Him and Denise do it. The DM crew or something they call it. I don't know, but
deadly.
But he picks her up like a 2:30 every day, and like she be gone like 7 in the evening.
Savage.
Yeah, like most days, you know, and she loves it. So she puts some work in, but now it's starting to show. Now she's winning most weeks, and she's up there like she's 8 and she's like competing around the 10s.
Savage.
So some kids are like 9.
Savage.
And have that extra year on her, but she's still competing with them. Like she went away last week to England, and 2 weeks ago she went away to England, and there was like 40 something kids in the thing, and she came 7th in one of them.
Nice.
And then the next day she came 3rd.
Savage.
Which like is brilliant, you know what I mean? That's kids from all over England, Scotland, Wales, Ireland. So
savage. It's
brilliant for her. She loves it. Like she tonight she's giving out today. Tonight is a communion. She might not communion on May the 12th, but it's our first mass tonight. She's like, Dad, you come? I was like, Hallie, I can't. I was like, I promise I'll do a podcast. And she's like, oh, the day of the podcast, like, we talk about me. I was like, I will. She loves it. Yeah.
Deadly.
She loves it.
So she's the superstar. And so, come here. What would you reckon? What failure gave you the greatest success, do you think, in live and boxing?
Jeez, that's a good question. What failure?
Yeah.
Well, look, it wouldn't have been a failure. It'd have been just a knockdown, wouldn't it?
Anything in life, boxing. What about the Fowler fight? Was that a learning curve?
Yeah. Well, you see, in hindsight, every boxer's going to be like, in hindsight, or I shouldn't have done this, I shouldn't have done that.
Hindsight's 20/20 vision.
Exactly. Like, in hindsight, I shouldn't have took that fight, and I should be 11 and 12 and 12 and 0 now.
Do you think you shouldn't have took it?
No, in hindsight, you could, if I'd have won, I wouldn't be saying I should have took it. You know what I mean?
If my auntie had balls, she'd be my uncle.
Absolutely. So
I thought you were doing brilliant.
Yeah, well, listen, there's a big thing about that fight. I didn't leave it. It was all new to me. As in, it was a fucking 20,000 seat stadium. It was live on pay-per-view. This, that, and the other. I loved every moment of it. But I should have left her on the ring, which I didn't. And that's what I learned the next time. You know what I mean? When I'm there and I'm in that situation the next time, it's to leave her on the ring.
Does he hit as hard as he looks? I watched some of these fights.
I'm
not a fan of his now, I have to be honest with you.
Nothing from fella. He was a nice kid at it. We had a bit of beef before it, but listen, that's boxing. But like on the day on the way in, we looked alright. Like, this kid's not all that, you know. He's meant to be massive. This time, the other, he boxed at 75 kg as an amateur.
Great, Nick.
Yeah, I was in good nick.
You didn't look drained. You look like
I pissed away. Well. I made a dead hand.
Yeah, you look well.
The night of the fight, the fucker Ray Field, man, he must have been 13 stone.
Yeah,
he was a fucking unit, man. Looked across the ring, I was like, fucking hell, man. The boys never said that to me after the fight. You're like, Craig, he was fucking massive. Fucking no. But first year round was good, and then the body shots took it out of it from me, you know what I mean? The body shots, he was a biggie, he only kept coming forward. As I said,
he was pushing.
I was very cautious at times. I should have just left her on the ring. It's not a regret, but that's
it is what it is.
That's what you learn from me, you know what I mean? As I said to you, if another fight comes around, every fight that comes around now is to leave her on the ring, you know what I mean? Don't leave the ring saying, I could have or I should have. You know what I mean? But nothing to Fowler. Fowler's a great kid and he's going to go places, you know what I mean?
Reckon?
Yeah, absolutely. I can see him being good, and especially with the crew he's with, as in Eddie Ahern and Sky. They push him well, but he has to have a Fitzgerald fight now on March the 30th. That's a great fight.
Be a tough fight.
That's a great fight. I think Fitzgerald's like 4-1, which the Burkes are overlooking him. You know what I mean? He's a good kid, Fitzgerald. Yeah, I think his last few fights he hasn't shown up, as in the sense that he couldn't get up for the fight. Where this one he knows is fucking do or die type thing. So
yeah,
he's trying super hard. But
I thought we were going to see Fowler and Cheeseman, but Cheeseman looked poisoned in his last one.
Yeah, he did. To be fair, man, he did. He's coming
forward. He tried to walk through
your
man.
Yeah, me cousin.
I like Cheeseman.
Yeah, my cousin's in London. He's best mates with Cheeseman. He's good. He's got all the fights, and he's been telling me, but he'll still get that fight because Cheeseman's British champion.
Yeah.
So if they want the next, they can get it. But he's only young, Cheeseman. But you can't keep going forward and taking shots like that.
He took a lot of heavy shots, didn't he?
At least my shot was one shot and I was lights out. But
he took a lot of headshots.
Headshot. So sometimes probably best getting them instead of getting a combination or of so many shots. You know what I mean? But yeah, it was the 6th round. I think it was the 6th round. We came out and fair like the fella, he went for the body, letting him go for the body, and I went to dip. But he came straight over with the left hook and it was a fucking cracking shot. It was lights out, you know. But
he does that. He's good body shots, hasn't he?
Yeah, he isn't. As I said, he's a good kid. He's a good amateur. He'll go places, you know. But that's sometimes what I look back on, as in the sense, them few years that I missed out on, from say I was 16 till I was 20 or 21, of a stead amateur, and just learned a little bit more of the foundations, and it'd been good to see where I would have went and what I could have been doing now. You know what I mean? But I've done well so far. Listen,
I think so.
Boxing apart, I'm winning from where I am family wise. Everything's great for me at the moment. You know,
depends on what your barometer of success is. To me, I think you're fucking successful.
Yeah,
you're living the dream.
Yeah, no, 1,000,000%.
I'm not blowing smoke your hole. You know, professional fighter. You're happy.
As I said, but even if you go back to when I was 21, from where I was then to where I am now, mindset, health wise, family wise, everything's great for me. You know what I mean? But the benefit of it is the best thing about it then as well is that I can fight, and that I'm picking up a few belts in the way, and that I'm doing something I love. You know what I mean? Like let's not forget, I'll only have a couple of more years of this before you retire. You can't do this forever, so I'm going to give it everything. You know what I mean? So
Deadly.
Hopefully the next phase is getting out to America and pushing on out there and seeing what that holds for me.
You're with Murphy Promotions, eh?
I'm not with Mortys Promotions, but that's where we're trying to go. Is with Mortys Promotions, you know. So I'm on my own now. I'm managed by myself now.
Yeah.
Well, I'm managed by myself now, which is good. But the link is there. Is in America, so the gig is hoping to get out there. So I've got news now that I'm fighting out there in March the 29th. So I'm trying to nail down my medicals and get them.
Savage.
Have to get them sorted in the next 7 days, which is going to be a task.
Expensive, aren't they?
Yeah, well, to be fair, man, the MRI out here is £200. I got that done last year. Every year in Ireland you have to get that done. Now, in America it's once every 5 years, so that's free. So I got that done last year, so I'll just forward that over to them. It means I don't have to get that done. My medicals, I know the nurse catching in the local yoke, and I got my medicals done last year. She's like, Craig, 120, drop it back out to me. I was like, yeah, Catherine, I will. I never went back out to Catherine. I realised, there's a Catherine, I need to get medical. She's like, yeah, no problem, Craig. She's like, you've now standing balance of 120. I was like, oh, no way.
Oh, you bastard.
She's like, yes, we owe me 240. But listen, that's part of the game, you know what I mean? It lasts for a year, so it's handy, but I'm not worrying about the money. I'm just worrying about getting it done before the time scale, you know. So to get it done in 7 days, so hopefully I can get it done and get her over there and push on out in America. It'd be a 6-round fight, mainly for them to have a look at me. So Pass is giving them word, as in, listen, the kid can fight. He's good in a few years. They only get better. So I go out there. They've heard me. I've been out there. I stayed in the fighter's house in September. I went out there travelling. So it's a good story. So me and Spike was going out in September for his big fight in Vegas, and we were going to go to Boston for 2 weeks. Now I was in Boston when I was like 11 with the boxing club. That was the only time I've been there as an amateur. I boxed out there then. So we were going out there in September, and we were going through the customs, and I walked on, and Spike got refused. I was like, fuck's sake, Spike got refused. So I text Pascal, Spike said getting refused. He's like, haha, don't be winding me up. I was like, no, I'm serious. He's like, fuck off, Craig. I was like, I'm not messing with you. Spike's getting refused. He hasn't came through yet. He's like, just wait there. 20 minutes later, and the plane's leaving in an hour and 10 or whatever, and before you know it, the plane's leaving 20 minutes, still no sign of Spike. So I'm like, Pascal, what's the story? My bag's on the plane, or through customs, or through American customs. He's like, listen, Craig, Spike's not getting in. We have to go and get a visa, this, that, and the other. I was like, no way. He's like, listen, get on the plane, fly to Boston, you get picked up, you get looked at. I'm like, come on, man. I hadn't been here, you know, I'm on my own. Spike's been out there 10, 20 times. So I was like, fuck it, my bag on the plane, I'm not leaving it, you know, suitcase. So I was like, I got on the plane, landed over there on my own, went to the fighter's house, met everybody. I was out there for 2 weeks on my own, going to local clubs, sparring there, fighters, meeting new people, and I loved every minute of it, you know what I mean?
What was that like for you?
That was brilliant. You're in that mindset where you're like,
fuck it.
Yeah, let's do this, you know what I mean? You're on your own here, and you're going to gyms, and it's good. So when I first went to the gym, now Pascal would know them, and they'd know Pascal because they've been in Boston 20, 30 times, but I haven't, you know. So I went to the gym, and it's like Mark Porter, who's Pascal's best mate, he lives out there. He's out there. He's from Donegal originally. He's out there, I don't know, 30 years, since 87 or something, just telling me. So he picked me up and looked at me. Without him, I'd have been fucking lost, you know.
Sound.
But we settled in. I settled into the Gap. The Gap was the bollocks. Had everything you needed. Kitchen, telly, fucking every channel, you name it. Your own room, everything was brilliant. Wi-Fi, bunch of Wi-Fi I saw, you know what I mean? So Mark picked me up. He could bring it to the gym. Went out to the gym full of Americans, you know. I hear you, blah blah blah. No one really talks shit first day or two, you know. He was this Irish kid, you know. So you're there, you hit the bag on your own, getting to talk. He's like, you come back tomorrow. I was like, yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. So I got to the stage where Mark's works, so he couldn't bring me. So I had to suss the train station. So the local train station was like 15 minutes on foot. So I grew up in the morning, make me grub, hit the train station, got on the train for like 15 minutes. Get down there and walk to the gym there. Another 15 minutes, you know. But I started hitting the bag, and they started looking at me, hitting the pads, and I started sparring their boys, and they're like, this kid's actually not bad. And I just talked to after a while, and they're like, Irish boy, and then I was like their mates, you know. They bring me to boxing shows. There's a boxing show on over there, and I was there, and they brought me down to the weigh-ins, because I got to know them all by then, you know.
Yeah.
And one of the two of the boys were fighting, and I went with them. We had food, and it was good. And then when I come home, he texted me to go back out sparring one of the lads, but I just couldn't get back out at the time because I was only home, and with the kids I couldn't get back out, you know. So I still stay in contact with them, but good, man. Boston was brilliant. It was a brilliant experience for me, and it's on that mindset where if you want to go or something, this is the sort of things you have to do, you know what I mean? Sometimes you have to isolate yourself and fucking and live in the house, you know, and go to this place on your own. And
such a learning curve.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like you hear so many times where people go for sparring in places, and they're sitting in a gaff full of bleeding French fellas. It could be, like, you know what I mean? It depends where you're going over sparring, and they're speaking bleeding French, and you're sitting there on your own, you're English. So these things will happen in the future. So it was good for me to get out there and get an insight into it. But obviously that's where Murphy's Boxing got to know me a little bit as well, and they were like, hopefully we get you out here. So that's what we're working on now. So
come here, give us an insight, the daily routine as a boxer, as a pro boxer. What's your day look like?
So today,
every day, what way does your routine work?
So today I was up and I was out the door at 7:10. So I do my strength and conditioning in Ashbourne.
Right.
So 3 times a week I'm in Ashbourne. So today I was in Ashbourne.
Who's your strength and conditioning coach?
Thomas Lattimore. He's in Garrettstown. In Garrettstown gym. Yeah, he's good. He's very good. He's only young for Thomas, but he's doing a year. He's been to college and
deadly.
And he's good as in the sense, like, I've seen it over the years. You go into a gym and someone will be like, listen, do 1,000 burpees or 600 sit-ups, and you're sweating after 5 minutes. You're like, this is working, but it's not. You're breaking your blade back. You know what I mean? Yeah. In the long run, it's not working. So it's good as in a sense where you work out a plan and it'd be like, right, this is your block 1, which would be like fucking stretching out. Block 2 would be like strength work. Block 2 would be like conditioning. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Oh yeah. As I was talking to Pascal about this, and the strength and condition be specific to you as a boxer. Yeah. Fucking, you don't do burpees in a ring.
Well, this is what I'm saying. No, 80% of people nowadays have like that program. But Thomas is very good for me. But like, I be in Thomas at 8 in the morning. I come home and I rest up again. You get home, it's 10, half 10. Have some food, have some lunch then before I head back out the gym. Be out the gym at 2:30, then maybe 5, and then you come to the evenings where it'd be like, depending on if it's a heavy day where you're at doing a strength and conditioning session and a sparring session in the gym, probably have a back and chill out in the evening. Or some other evening, then you go on a jog, whether it be a 4 or 5 mile jog. Do
you do much road work?
Yeah, I do road work. I like road work. I like running. We do a lot of sprint work, right, as in the sense of treadmill or track running.
So you do anaerobic stuff.
Yeah. So for instance, in the morning we're gonna do a treadmill session. So you go on the treadmill and it'd be like, there's a thing called red zone, and the first block will be for 5 minutes at like 14 kilometers with one incline on like the treadmill. So you'll do that for 5 minutes, take a minute break, then you're up from 14 kilometers to 16 kilometers. Okay. For say 3 minutes, you do 2 blocks of that with a minute break. Then you bumper all the way up. Before you know it, the last one you're on like 20 kilometers at 30 seconds on, with like 15 seconds off. Okay. The way then, when you say red zone, your heart rate is going up all the time. Yeah. So before you know it, you're like,
so you're up at 85% to your maximum heart rate.
Absolutely,
yeah. So
anaerobic training. Yourself to limit, you know what I mean? So that'd be that. So if I do that one more, then I might not run at night. So between that and running, that'd be my.
And he'll plan that out for you. He'll tell you rest days. What?
Yeah, exactly. Deadly. You know what I mean? So savage. Yeah, you have it planned out, but mainly 2 to 3 sessions per day. Definitely 2 sessions a day we do. You know, so. It's tough, man. I'm at the point of the yoga mat now and a yoga block. I'm doing my own bits of stretching as well.
Savage.
I saw it.
Deadly. Good is your nutrition?
Yoga is tough.
Yeah.
Nutrition. Now, over the past year or two, when I first started, I different types of nutritionists, fellas. I different types, but now I know the score. You know what I mean? I know what I'm doing.
But you stay in nick, like you stay in condition. I've seen you up there that day, and I've seen Pascal's fighters. No one's out of shape.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, with the training you're doing, it's fucking hard to get out of shape unless you're coming home eating curries for your lunch. You know what I mean, man?
But you seem dedicated. You know what I mean? You see other fighters. Maybe is that old school now? Are people moving away from that, going away from a boxing fight and then getting themselves out of shape and then coming back in? Is that starting to change, do you think?
Yeah, no, it happens, but it depends on the mindset, you know, and it depends where you are in your boxing career, I think. Okay. So if you're a Matty World Champion and you're having 3 fights a year, and you know you have them dates and them fights, and you can go and fight for, I don't know, 500k or £1 million in July, and you know your next fight's not going to be in October, well, you can take that month off. You can go to bleed in Spain and America and get fat and take that month off and come back. But when you're at the level we're at and you're still there, and you can get, for instance, I got a phone call. I've been praying for March the 29th to fight in Boston, and it's March the 13th now. And yesterday I got that phone call saying, Craig, we're 90% sure you're going to be on it. We need to get your medicals done. So if I sat around and didn't train for that, and they're telling me, listen, you're fighting in 18 days, I'm like, fuck, what do I do? So I have to be ready, you know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
So it depends where you are in life, you know, as in your career, you know what I mean? But for me, what does it for me is if I'm on the gym in the morning and the gym in the evening, I can't eat something bad, because if I eat something bad tonight and go on the treadmill in the morning,
You feel it?
I'm just thinking of that field.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely, man. You know what I mean? You're running on that thinking, I shouldn't have ate that. And it just ruins the whole morning for me, you know? So that's the way I look at it, you know? If I eat bad, you're going to feel bad. You know what I'm saying? So,
Yeah, 100%.
So if you want to feel good in yourself, well then try eat good. And you go to the gym, then you know you're at the eating good, you're putting it in outside, Doyle wise, so you can push yourself to that limit.
So you really focus on your fueling and your recovery.
Yeah, 100%.
Do you count what you eat? Like, do you count macros? Like, do you know, protein, carbs, fats? Do you get into that, or?
No, not really, because proteins can be good. So if I come home one night and I'm thinking I'll have brown rice with avocado and chicken fillet, and I'm thinking, well, I'll throw 2 chicken fillets in. It's not an awful lot extra, you know what I mean? Because it's good for your proteins, good for you.
100%.
Some nights I throw 3 plain chicken fillets in, you know? And I'd eat 3 chicken fillets. So, but I will weigh me porridge and all. So I won't go over 60 grams of porridge.
For carbs.
Yeah, with a small bit of milk, you know what I mean?
Deadly.
In the mornings. Stuff like that. Carbs wise, rice wise, you have to be a little bit stricter on that. But protein wise, it's all good for you. So I just eat.
100%.
But yeah, like it's a strict life. As I said, it depends where you are in your career, you know. But I feel if I'm going to the gym and I'm eating bad, well then it's a waste, you know what I mean? And it's probably I probably learned that from the start of my career. You know what I mean? Probably eating bad and going and sparring and feeling shit.
Can you see that now? Is it like black and white? Is it?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, like 100%. Like eating good for me makes me feel good. You know what I mean? So I got a gym and I know I'm at eating a bit of salmon and a bit of rice. Well, I know I'm not bloated. I know I'm not going to feel bloated. I'm going to feel a little bit light, a little bit sharp. Where if you're eating bad and you're going to the gym, then you could be sparring good, and the boys will be like, "Jay, you're doing good, Craig. Great job. Jay, you're sharp." You'd be like, "Yeah, boys," but you know in the back of your mind you could be 10 times sharper if you didn't eat that shit. You know what I mean? So you have to know where that. And I try to stay away from.
It's the devil's in the detail, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, you can say that. Yeah, 100%.
Do you know what I mean? You can talk about technique and conditioning, but like down to the nutrition, like the fuel that you put in there is really.
Especially when you're doing so many training sessions.
You got time. Yeah, the nutrition has a big part, man. Science and all nowadays is fucking crazy, isn't it? Oh yeah, I'm a huge advocate for sports science, performance, psychology, all these kind of things, and something that me and Pascal touched on as well. You can do all that, but if you don't have the right attitude, you might as well be pissing in the wind. You can have all your sports science, your performance, and all your strength and condition, but if you don't have the balls or you don't have the mental fortitude, and you know, it's
100%. Yeah, I agree with you in that sense. You hear people that talent can only take you so far.
Yeah.
So if you have a lot of talent, but you haven't got the mindset and the fucking the strictness to appeal everything, you know what I mean? As in the training sessions, as in the diet, as in the other 50% of it, you know what I mean?
All the ducks in a row.
Yeah.
Getting all the
So
people
line them all up.
line them. Like there's the VO2 max, you know, you're testing somebody's VO2 max, you know, some person can score really high, some score really low. And I talked to a Paralympian about this, Peter Ryan. And some people do brilliant on VO2 max. Then you put them on the court with people that not so well, and they get fucking blown away.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Who wants it? Who doesn't want it?
Yeah,
and, you know, they talk about this central government theory that the mind overrides.
Yeah.
What's the crack? Overrides your VO2 max anyway. Do you know what I mean? So it's down to attitude, isn't it?
Yeah, 100%. And as I said to you earlier, you don't have very long in this game, so you could fucking you could have the worst attitude in the world, and you become 32 and 34 and 35, and you're like, fuck, now I'll do it, it's too late. And I see that a lot, man. I look at some people through Twitter and pros that you look back on, and some of the fuckers are 45 now and 40, and they're probably in better shape than they were when they're 28, because they only learn so long down the road, you know what I mean? So I try to stay on it and keep a strong mind frame, and listen to these motivation videos, and sometimes listen to them and like, am I a fucking idiot, or is this actually good for me? You know what I mean? But
you can throw enough shit at the wall, eventually stick. You can't do nothing but good by listening to shit like that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So you don't initially do then 10 weeks, 12-week camps, do you? You're always kind of tipping around.
Yeah, no, I do, mate. If you say to me, right, Craig, we have a fight for you, April, May, June the 1st, I'd be like, right, and I'd be straight in there. But sometimes when you haven't got that date, just like my last few fights, I've always had that date 6, 7, 8 weeks before. But this time we've been praying for March the 29th to be pushing, and fair dues to Pascal. He's tried his hardest to get me out there, and this, that, and the other. And 1 week it's happening, 1 week it's not happening. And we got offered a fight in California on March the 30th on a Golden Boy show against a kid at 16-1, and we accepted it like 4 weeks ago. And he waited like 12 days to come back and tell me then that his coach wouldn't accept it. Golden Boy and all accepted it, as in their promoters, but his didn't. So we were pushing towards that then, and then that fell through, you know. So March the 29th we worked for, so I just had to stay ready. Even though I was 80% ready, I was ready, you know. As you see me sparring last week, I'm fit to spar, I'm fit to fight, you know. So
absolutely, look
yeah.
Good.
So we just walked towards that, and it was about, listen, Craig, just stay on it a little bit, you know. And like, for instance, my cousins are going to Cheltenham now, and they're out there, and they're like, you have to come. It's like, I can't. Like, your fights might be not happening. It's like, it might be happening, but you just can't do it. You know what I mean?
No, that's dedication.
And I had to stay away, man. And thanks be to God I did, because I got the phone call yesterday saying that we're going to be on March the 29th. Now it's only a 6-rounder, but to me it's a big 6-rounder, because if we go out here and people say, listen, this kick and fight, we're getting back here, it could be the start of something good in America for the next 3 or 4 years, and build out there, because that's where the rest of the boys have built.
Yeah,
I've seen it with Spike. I've been with Spike for the past year and a half in all these camps, travelling to LA, and travelling to Vegas, travelling to Boston, and it's brilliant, you know. It's where I want to be. Ireland's great for boxing, but to be fair, it's not too great, you know what I mean? There's not an awful lot in it. There's not an awful lot in the money wise, not an awful lot in the TV wise, not an awful lot in the shows wise.
I'm saying that the past, because I'm saying to you, my background is brain, and my job 9 to 5 is brain injury rehab, and I see the impact of brain injury, and I just think fighters fucking like should be getting millions. Like, you know, you get poorce and there's no sponsorship and all this bullshit. It doesn't matter. And I talked to Conor McGregor's talked about this. They should be rewarded, you know, risk reward. Be getting mega money. Do you know what I mean? Like the fucking.
This the Julian, was it?
Jules Dalby, yeah.
Yeah, he done me bloods the first time I turned over, actually.
Yeah, we're having the chat, and I was saying boxing, you know, don't get enough money, so will MMA get less? And I says, look, doesn't matter. They both should get loads.
Yeah, to be fair, they should, but...
Should. Do you know what I mean? You look at footballers pricking around, you know, and they mega money.
Joe, and I swear, what did I watch last night? PSG and Juventus, and I'm not pissing you. I was going to tweet it. For the first 15 minutes, they were pushing each other and diving on the ground. They weren't even touching each other, just diving and crying to the ref. I was like, fucking hell, man. Getting 200-300 grand a week, all they do is bitch out of them.
But promoters and companies just know lads will want to fight, so it's not like supply and demand. He says, I'll get, if you don't want to fight, well, I'll get him to fight. Yeah. And I'll just give him whatever, and he'll just do it.
That's the way it is. But
it's fucking brutal, isn't it?
The gig is, when you get to that level, as in the top, then that's only when you get paid. But the other hard part of that is...
tough road.
4%, you reckon, make it to the top. There's one for you. 4%.
Well, they say 0.2% of young footballers from Ireland make it to the Premier League.
It's crazy, you know what I mean?
0.2%. So it's gone to coaches and Lourdes and that about it.
Everyone's chasing that dream, but unfortunately, like if you're in England, when you have Sky Sports, you have BT, the backing's there, you know what I mean? When you're in Ireland, RT don't like boxing. TG4 is starting to come on board. TV3 won't have anything to do with it, so...
It's a class, in my opinion, I think it's a class thing, you know?
No, absolutely, man, it's brilliant, but it's hard, you know? It's hard, like... If you have a show on, in any show I've boxed on in the past 2 years, except for Castlebar was brilliant in December, it was a sellout, but the stadium shows didn't sell out. There was TV there, but it didn't sell out. That's unfortunate, that's just the way it is, you know what I mean? You go back to the Bernard Dunn days, whether it was the Celtic Tiger earlier or whatever the fuck it was, everyone was at the shows, you're selling the point out, 8,000 or 9,000 people.
What is that?
You can't get 2,000 in the stadium for a big show, so Ireland, I'm hoping to get into America and just try build up out there, you know what I mean? Because I don't think there's much in Ireland for me anymore, you know.
Do you think mental health is talked much about in your club? I know I was talked to Pascal at the end about it, and we touched on about, you know, people with mental health coming to the club and all that. Is it something that's openly talked about within your group of lads?
Well, yeah, it is to be fair. A few of the lads have been down in our group, you know what I mean?
Glad to hear that.
And we've talked about it, you know what I mean? And it's funny because sometimes I ask myself, I've never been there, you know, and it's like how strong can it be? But your mind can be like the strongest fucking thing ever, you know. So like that bit of training, like that bit of feel good factor in there. Like if you wake up at 11 in the morning, you're like, oh, your hair's not washed, not feeling this and that. You go to the gym for an hour, do a bit of a training session, have a shower, have a wash, come back out. You're like 30% better than 50%, probably 100% better than what you were before you went in, you know. So that bit of training, whether it be boxing or anything, it's great for anyone's mindset, you know what I mean? Especially mental health, because a lot of people are afraid to go to these places and stuff like that, where if they do, the training was, it's brilliant, you know what I mean? So
well, I felt when I walked into the club, the first of all, the welcome, you know, the atmosphere. Yeah. You know what I mean? And then you've got the training on top. There was nothing intimidating about it. I would recommend anyone to go to these clubs.
As I said to you,
it's a social element as well, you know.
If Joe Bloggs comes through that door tomorrow and I'm skipping, I believe in Peter Pan, I'm going to say hello, you know what I mean? That's just the way we are in the gym, I think. It's a welcoming gym. Everyone gets on with everyone. You've nothing to hide, nothing to be afraid of. Come in, have a training session. That's the way it is, you know. Like if you don't get to know someone on the Monday, again Friday, you could be having the app with them. You know what I mean? That's just the way it is. So I feel as I said, some of the boys have been in that category before, where they've been down years ago and stuff like that, and they've lost friends to it and that. So we do talk about it a little, yeah, definitely.
Savage. What's the one thing you'd like to change about? But if you could change one thing about boxing, what would it be?
Jeez, that's a good question. As in, probably the weight advantages.
The categories, is it?
Yeah, less making weight. No, I don't know, man. I don't know. I think years ago they changed like the 15 rounds to the 12 rounds. But I think that was for the better, man. You couldn't be doing 15 rounds nowadays, could you?
I couldn't do fucking 3.
I barely do 3 myself at the moment.
I think the money. I just think the promoters are sleazeballs, and there has to be more money. The fighter should get the money. They just should. For me, it needs to be more money in it.
That can be, especially in Ireland. Listen, the gig is, when you start down this game, it's not for the money. It's for the love of the sport. You know what I mean? Yeah. And that's the way it is.
Is that changing though? Like with the likes of Conor McGregor and all these kind of MMA, Bellator, is the, like with football, with the Premier League, is stardom a greater attraction now than the love of the game?
Yeah, you could say that, but again, it's at the level you're at, you know what I mean? These kids nowadays at the top level, the money in boxing is crazy, you know what I mean? This Eddie Hearn fella has a place out in America now, this Daz, DAZN to him, man.
Yeah.
They're paying fellas playing 2 and 3 million for a fight, like, it's crazy. Like Wilder, I think Wilder's with Showtime, and for his last fight, and Eddie Hearn's out in like 15 mil to drop Showtime and come to the zone. And seems he had a meeting with his manager with the zone there like yesterday or something to do the deal. So you have Showtime was at the building from the start, and he's basically going to fuck them aside for the 15 million. Now the flip side of that is he has a family and he has to look out for them, you know what I mean?
Look, it's a business at the end of the day.
Yeah, because as I said, the promoters will do them, but there's a lot of money in and it turns people's heads. But sometimes when you get to the stage where if you can make the money, like, and you can go after the money, well then that's where you want to go, you know what I mean?
Go for it. I'm just saying, kids at a young age getting into it. You got into it because you love it and you still love it.
Yeah.
Like when I've coached kids soccer, GAA and boxing, there's no comparison to the coaching kids boxing. They just love it. You can ask them to jump on a leg for 2 hours and they do it.
Yeah.
Or kids I've coached with soccer, probably just the kids I coached maybe, it was all about playing for the A team, going up to the net. It wasn't just this is shy. We just want to, different attitude.
Yeah, well nowadays I think 90% of boxers starting off, especially when you're at that small thing and you know the money's not there, that's just for the love of it, you know what I mean? Yeah. But as I said, as you get along and you get bigger and the name gets bigger and you start getting decent fights, I think that's when the money starts coming into it, you know what I mean? But as I said, at that stage I can't blame them because they have to put roof over their heads and get something back out, you know what I mean?
Yeah, like
there's so many people nowadays, Matty, that have started from scratch, that they're probably boxing from their 8 years of age and leave the game when they're 32, 3, 4, 5 and have full goal. You know what I mean?
Health problems, fucking gargling, invested their life in this.
Like you best believe I could go and get a job tomorrow and get 600-700 quid a week.
Yeah.
And if you add that up over the course of 5 or 6 years, you know what I mean? Man, it could be 100, 200 grand, where you might not get that out of boxing. As I said, only 4 or 5% get to the top, you know what I mean? So,
but back to what you said a few minutes ago, Craig, you're doing something that you love.
Well, this is the other thing. As I said to you earlier, it's changed me for the better.
Yeah.
And I'm doing it because I love it, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm doing it because it keeps me headstrong and keeps me in the zone, you know what I mean, type thing. So, no, if I get money out of it in the end, it'd be brilliant, you know what I mean? But if not, it's changed me for the better, and I wouldn't change anything for it, you know what I mean? It's been great with me, boxing. Boxing's been great with me, and any kids out there, any parents that's listening to this and like put them into a sport, whether it be boxing or whatever it be, you know. So not even for when they're 20 or they're 30, but for the younger years, mixing with kids and travelling around different places and meeting new friends and going to these shows and travelling the country and stuff. It's great with the kids. It gives them a great discipline and learns them and teaches them a lot, you know. So
Deadly. What's the one thing though that you'd like people to take away from this interview after listening to you? I think you just finished on that by saying all that. Is there anything else that you'd like to take away?
As I said, just that. Like I've my own little fella, and at the moment he's not. I had him in the gym today, but he's not too keen on doing it, you know. But hopefully in the next year or two he does it. And as I said, if it's just as I said to you earlier, 90% of boxers I think are just nice because they get disciplined at that young age, and when they come into a gym, as you said, you see the respect and all there, and just kids that can get that, you know what I mean? My little fella learning that when he's 15, 16, 17, having that little bit of respect and that being nice to his elders or whatever it may be, and not being cheeky and things like that, you know. Just sport wise, it's great for kids to do, and I'd love to see more kids doing. There's a lot of coaches out there in the amateur level that get paid nothing, and they're giving their time up and 2 and 3 hours a night to go up and help kids, you know what I mean? So yeah, just like that, you know. As I said, this for kids to fucking to discipline them and better them and stuff like that, you know.
Deadly. Well, I'm just mindful your team are coming on the telly here, Liverpool. I didn't want to say I'm a United supporter before we started sitting
yeah, get him out.
Before you kicked me out of fucking gap, I kept that quiet.
Whip them mics.
I know. My laptop's going out the fucking window here.
Brilliant.
Come here, Craig, the Iron O'Brien. Thanks so much
man.
for coming on the podcast. I really appreciate you inviting me down to your gap. It's deadly.
Brilliant, man.
And I wish you all the best for your fighting career, man. You're a top dog, bro.
Cool, man. Top man. Thanks for having me, and I really appreciate it. Nice one, man. Top man.
Legend. Okay, so there wraps up another tremendous interview. As always, I'd like to thank my supports Doyle Riley from Rooney Media. Doyle has been in the graphic design business the last 20 years and producing quality work. For the last couple of years, they've been the chief graphic design for the college prospectus at UCD. I've been using his services the last, 10, 15 years, producing posters for health and fitness stuff, and always produces quality work. So check those guys out. Also, my old pal Carolyn Harvey from ISA Nutrition, for anybody interested in dropping body fat, gaining muscle, maintaining a healthy body weight, getting rid of some nutritional ailments. She's your woman. If you're also interested in competing bodybuilding competition, male or female, I would recommend her. I am currently working with Carolyn Harvey, and the success has been phenomenal. I have done a review already, and I plan to do more. But if nutrition and strength conditioning, that area is something that you'd like to get coaching or advice on, I would check it out. And the prices are really, really good, better than a lot that's out there. So I recommend you check her out. Also, my old crew, Kevin Doyle, sound editing and just producing and just support. Absolutely legend, Kevin. And my old mate, Aaron Kyo, social media. Lads, you are brilliant. The team would be lost without you. Okay, so that just leaves me to thank my listeners. Thanks a lot for listening. I will urge you, please share this with family and friends. We are on iTunes, SoundCloud, Spotify, all the kind of podcasts mediums that are out there. We're on them right the way across. We also have a YouTube channel, so check us out on that. Please go on to iTunes, please subscribe, please leave a delicious review. We love it, absolutely love it. So that's all the plugging I'm going to do for this podcast. As always, I will say to you, please show yourself compassion. Please spend some time with love and kindness in your life. Because if you are kind and loving to yourself, you will project that to the rest of the world. And if we all could do that a small percentage of our day, the place would be a nice place to live. Right, wherever you are in the world, mind yourself. Have a great day. Bye bye.